Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I would walk you all through on how I make this local dish that is loved by the people of Nsukka, and it is known as Ichipe. If this sounds like what you're interested in, keep on watching. So I would start by bringing a water to a boil, and then I would go in with my washed dry corn. Then I will just cover this up and let it cook for about 25 to 30 minutes. The aim is just to make sure it is fresh, just it's not dry again. So you just cover this and drop it on the countertop until the next morning. So the next morning, you go ahead to sieve off the water and then rinse it multiple times. And then you go ahead to blend this. So we are going to be blending it roughly with some onion and then some fresh scotch bonnet pepper. After that, you'd also need some bitter leaves. So this is the amount of bitter leaves I'm going to be using. I would go ahead to slice this up in big chunks. You might be wondering why we need bitter leaf in this food, guys. When I tasted this meal, I understood why bitter leaf was part of it, to be honest. So once you're done slicing that, transfer it into a pot and then go in with some water. Then you cover this up and let it boil up for about 10 minutes and it is okay. So after 10 minutes, I would go ahead to sieve it off and then rinse it multiple times and then just set it aside. Then into my pot, I would go in with some pigeon peel and then enough water to cook this through. So I would cook this for 1 hour. Just in case the water has gone down and you need to top up, make sure you're topping up with hot water so it doesn't start the cooking process from the beginning again. You don't want that. So once you're done cooking this for 1 hour, go ahead to set it aside with the hot water in it. But if you're going to be making use of that same pot, transfer it into a bowl with the hot water. Then into another pot, you go ahead to scoop in the pigeon peel that has been inside the hot water. Hot water will help the pigeon peel stay hot, and when you continue the cooking process, it doesn't start afresh, same as the hot boiling water you're adding it into. If you make use of cold water, it's going to take longer time and you don't want that. You can also make use of a pressure cooker if you have one. So once you transfer that into the pot, you go in with the bitter leaf as well. Then you cover that and allow to cook. While into the blended corn, I'm going to go in with some salt and palm oil. You can top up the salt if necessary. Just mix that very well and then we'll proceed to tying it into nylon. I'm making use of nylon because this is how it is originally made by the owners of this dish. You can improvise by making use of leaves or pudding pouch or ramekins, whichever one you have. Just do you, but this is how it is traditionally made. So I will just tie this in batches. Make sure you're not overcrowding the nylon. So it should look like this once you're done. Then by this time, the pigeon peel must have been cooking for about 1 hour 30 minutes. Then you go ahead to put in the corn that has been tied and then you cover it up and just continue the cooking process. While at the side, I went ahead to slice up some garden egg leaves. So this is what it looks like, just in case you don't know what it looks like. So I'll just slice that up, and then I'm going to add this into the cooking pigeon peel and the corn, but this would be added when you're sure that the pigeon peel and then the corn pudding is ready. So you add it into the pot, and then you just cover it and let it steam for 5 minutes at most. While we are here, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and tap the notification bell if you're yet to, and don't forget to drop your comments because I would love to read them. In between the 5 minutes, I choose to just push them out of the way so they are properly cooked. You can actually skip that though. So after the 5 minutes, the leaf, the pigeon peel, and then the corn pudding is ready. So I'll just take out the corn pudding and then sieve off the water. Just look at the pigeon peel, it is very, very soft, and that's what you need. So next, I would go ahead to cut the corn pudding into two, and then I would set that aside. Into my pot that is on top of the stove, I'm going to go in with some palm oil and then some onion, lots of onion if I must say. Then I would just let that fry until it is well fragrant. Then I would go in with some ukpaka, seasoning, pepper, some salt, and then I would give this a good mix and let it fry for 3 to 4 minutes or thereabouts. After which, I would go in with a little amount of water, and then I would let this cook for 3 minutes. So after 3 minutes, I would go ahead to off the heat and then go in with the pigeon peel, the bitter leaf green, and then the corn pudding, and then I would mix this together. I'm going to be adding them in batches just so that I'm sure that the sauce and every other thing is well balanced. Originally, the corn pudding are usually left in big chunks, so you just mix it that way with every other thing. But I choose to mash mine a bit, so you can actually do you. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video just like I did enjoy filming it. I'm glad I've made most of you to know that there's something called Ichipe. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.